Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got in another knife from Eafengrow to take a look at. I think I have 4 or 5 other knives from them, and overall been really impressed with the brand. They're using really high quality materials and they are very affordable. And what we have here today is the EF141. As you can see from the size of the box, it is a fairly large knife. Probably used mostly for hunting, camping, maybe survival scenarios, bushcraft, stuff like that. So if you're interested in learning about this EF141, stick around. We'll do a real quick unboxing. We'll go over all the features and specifications of the knife. We'll put it to use and then give some thoughts on it. So Eafengrow knives usually come just in a plain black box here. There's our stuff there, but let's get cut into this and see what this knife is all about. Alright, typically it's just the knife and a sheath in here. Again, all of this is done to basically lower cost for the consumer. A lot of other manufacturers will put cleaning cloths and carrying bags and stuff that you're never going to use, and then they just charge you more for it. But so we have the knife here. Let's get it out, kind of take a look at things. We'll take a quick look at the sheath first. Some type of Kydex. It is adjustable. You can position this clip in multiple positions here, and I believe you can also turn this to where you could wear it horizontally if you wanted to instead of vertically the way it's set up right now. It's kind of like a tech lock on here. Sometimes these will slide over to like an unlock position. Let's see here. Yeah, that's how it works. And then this is adjustable for the size of your belt as well, so you can move these to different positions depending on the width of your belt. But then you can move this over here and that puts it in a lock position, and then this won't open until you slide it back to that position. A bunch of holes if you wanted to run some type of cordage or whatever through there to maybe tie it around your leg. If you saw it there, I kind of used it as a thumb brake right here just to kind of help pull that out, but a really nice click. Pretty secure. I'm shaking it pretty hard there. Alright, let's get this knife out and we'll go over it in detail. So here is the EF141. As you can see, it is an absolutely beautiful knife. Like I said earlier, this is a large knife. It has a blade length of 7.5 inches, a handle length of 5.1 for a total length of 12.6 inches. We are looking at a total weight of close to 15 ounces. Let's add in the sheath, and we're just over 20 ounces. So as you can see, this is a full Tang blade on here. It is 6 millimeters thick, and you have 1.7 inches for the width there. Does have a kind of like a glass breaker or skull breaker at the end back here in a lanyard hole. They are using AUS 10 for the steel. You're going to have your model number there and the Eafengrow logo right there. It's very clean looking. Show you guys the grind on it. There are multiple other bevels on it as well. Got one here and up here. It's just a beautiful knife. A little bit of jimping up here. And then a small choil here. My fingers are kind of large and does not fit in there very well, and that corner right there is really sharp. So maybe if you have smaller hands, yours will fit in there better, but this handle is micarta. You can see it's got some like decorative holes, and then there are some almost grooves in here, which I think does aid in gripping. We're looking at a total thickness of 0.78 inches, but overall I think it's beautiful as well. They do have this available in black that has a black blade to it as well, but this brown is pretty sweet. I think that's most of the specs on it. Let's just kind of see how it cuts here, like right out of the box. That is crazy clean, especially for a knife this size. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is like crazy sharp. All right, let's see how it does with some corrugated cardboard here. Same thing. I mean, it is like nothing. And I'm really not putting any pressure hardly at all on this. And that is just going right through it. Try some cordage here next. It's not very thick, but this is like that plasticky kind. And I can tell you that my pocket knife has a hard time getting through this. Sometimes I got to pull it 3 and 4 times. Yeah, right through it, no problem at all. And again, very little pressure to get through that. Try some normal rope here next. Again, I don't anticipate any problems at all. Yeah, that just slices through it like it's nothing. Try some plastic here next. Got a zip tie. Again, yeah, right through it. This knife is definitely sharp. I'm going to try this piece of rubber hose next. It is very thick. We'll just kind of see what it's like to go through this. Now, I am putting a lot of pressure on that. And we are through them. All right, we'll work on a few other things here. This stick is, I don't know, maybe just over an inch in diameter. We'll just kind of work on some shaving here. Kind of see how it does with this. Take the same little stick, kind of chop all the way through it, see how long this takes. Do another one of those. You see, it takes big bites at a time. All right, let's do a little bit of splitting here next. I don't know how well this will show up out here in the daylight, but we'll try to throw some sparks with this. I end up doing that about 30 times, and I do have some burn marks up on top. We'll see if that wipes back off whenever we get back in the house. So I just took some rubbing alcohol to this, and it cleaned back up pretty well. All those burn marks are pretty much gone. There are a couple little spots right there, probably from that ferro rod. But the blade itself looks pretty good, and I beat this thing up pretty good off camera as well. That round chunk of wood that I was cutting on, I threw this thing at that probably, I don't even know, probably close to 30 times. I took the tip and kind of like stabbed it into it multiple times. I threw the tip down into it, and overall there's really no damage whatsoever. The handle did become a little bit loose, but I'm pretty sure I can just take some Allen keys and tighten this back up. Yeah, all three of them were just a little bit loose. Tighten it up, and then there's no movement now. And honestly, I probably should have tightened them before I even started the test to make sure they were all the way tight. They may not have been. So I've only had this EF141 for about 3 weeks or so, but so far I'm really liking it. It is extremely well made, and they're using quality materials like the AUS-10 and the Micarta. Having this thick spine and full tang, you really are going to be able to use and abuse this knife. I wear an extra large glove. My hand fits on here easily, and it's a very comfortable grip. And like I mentioned earlier, there's enough texturing and stuff in here that even if you did have wet hands or gloved hands, I don't think you have any trouble gripping onto that. Comes with this decent Kydex sheath, and it comes out easily. Nice positive click. It retains it really well. Couple things to consider. Because of the blade length and blade weight, it is a little bit blade heavy. So if you watch here, you see how the blade comes back down and hits there. That is great for if you're chopping stuff, just because you have more weight that's going to be hitting whatever. It does make it difficult when you're trying to do like whittling or some like intricate type stuff. And the second thing to consider is if you are using this for any type of food prep, maybe dicing tomatoes or cutting onions or something like that, these grooves here are fairly deep, and you will get food stuck in all of these. So make sure that you have a way of cleaning those out. But yeah, overall, I think this is a great knife. It'd be good for camping, hunting, maybe bushcrafting, survival scenarios, combat situations. So at the time of me making this video, this knife is available on Amazon and also on Eafengrow's website. On Amazon, they are $70 with free Prime shipping. On the website, they're actually on sale right now for $49, and it does say that they have free worldwide shipping. I don't know how long that takes though. It could be a few weeks before you get it in. I don't know for sure. Amazon, you're probably going to get it within a day or two. But I'll leave both of those links down in the video description in case you're interested in finding out more about this knife, or if you want to pick one up. But alright guys, if you found the video helpful or informative in any way, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And that's going to be it on this one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.